Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Oh my god, it has been so freaking long. So I came up, I kind of came up with the idea. So if you remember, like a while ago, there was a thing on YouTube where people did like 3x3 houses and 4x4 houses and 5x5 houses, and basically the idea was to try and make a house in as little space as possible. And so I thought, well, that's been done before. There's not many variations you can do on that. It would be fun to do my own, but you kind of can know what's going to happen with the build anyway. So what I did was, instead of that, I decided then that I could do some kind of 2-story 3x3 house or something like that. And then I saw on YouTube somebody did some Japanese micro apartments, and I thought, okay, I could do my own spin of this. So I thought I'd stick with the 3x3 theme. So I did. By the way, these videos are going to be in 3 parts. I don't know if they're going to be out one after another, because if you didn't know, I'm super busy at the moment. I'm moving house, and it's just crazy at the moment, so I can't really do that, but we'll see how things go. So I basically decided to make micro apartments. So there's 3 stories, and each story is 3x3 squares, and there's going to be a patio at the bottom as well. What I decided was this is not the greatest area to actually do the build, so we're going to jump straight over to San Myshuno, because that's more in a city, with the skyscrapers and things like that. So I chucked it over in San Myshuno, and I chose it as the place where there was a lot of skyscrapers around it, so it would look like it kind of fit in a little bit. We got rid of this bar and put it here, which I thought was a pretty good place to put it. One thing I wish was in The Sims 4 was, you know, those they're basically the colour of the tiles surrounding your lot that's not actually in your lot. Like you can see to the left and like around where the grass is there. You cannot get that floor tile in The Sims. I wish you had it, because sometimes you just want it to continue on, and it just looks ridiculous. I got it to like look really well in the end, but yeah, I'm not sure, so we'll see. And also this grass, I've never seen it before. I didn't realise it was in The Sims, so yeah, we got rid of it because I didn't like it anyway, but you know. So you can see 3 there. We do 5 micro apartments in total, so they're not really Japanesey. They do have a bit of a cultural vibe to it, but they're not really like heavily Japanese or anything like that. I just thought I want to take the inspiration from the Japanese small apartments. I don't know if you ever have watched what's she called? I'm gonna get a proper name and I'll link it to you. I'll link it to you. I think she's called Tokyo Traveler or something. Let me Google that real quick. Well, YouTube that real quick. She's called Tokidoki Traveler. Search that into Google. It's Tokidoki and then Traveler. And she has a tiny little house, and it's 8 square meters wide or something, whatever, and it is just tiny. She has like oh, we're back onto the video and we've done quite a lot already. Yeah, it's tiny, and she has like a computer desk, like a tiny computer desk. It's like a hallway with like a small loft. That's it. There's no rooms or whatever. There's a tiny little room where she has a bathroom in it, and it's more like a wet room, like a tiny wet room. It is unbelievably small. If I sound like I'm getting distracted or anything in this video, I'm just checking up on my dogs constantly because she's in heat at the moment. We've never really dealt with her when she's in heat before. So it's a bit of like a learning curve for us. So I just want to make sure she's alright. Yeah, these apartments have external stairs because it's not possible to get it in the apartment, like inside the apartment. If The Sims ever did spiral staircases and they were 1 square wide, like one, you know, see there's like really Victorian old like apartments, no, sorry, staircases, spiral staircases, you'll see that they are like really tiny. And if they ever did some of those, maybe I'd redo these to have that, because it's not ideal like having to go down to the bottom floor to watch TV and then having to go up the stairs to oh, what am I thinking of, to the kitchen and stuff. So the furnishing is going to be done in part 3. So if you come here for the furnishing, that'll be in part 3. So if you come in here like way off in the future and you're not bothered about building or anything, skip this video and go to part 3. I think it'll be 3 parts. I've filmed part 1 and 2 like currently in time, as I'm doing the voiceover, but I haven't done part 3, and I'm pretty sure I can do that, but it might take 4 parts. I'm not too sure yet. The second part is doing a lot of the outside work. So this is the building. Like the first part is the building work, and actually constructing the apartments, getting everything right. It's more about getting everything so it matches, and so it's not like all I don't know. So it's all the same, because if you think about it, if somebody goes ahead and wants to do this idea in real life, they would have to obviously get planning permission, whatnot and stuff, but they would also have to think about I've forgotten what I was going to say now, for fuck's sake. Oh no, oh what the hell, I've just forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, I've legit just forgotten. I've never done that before. I'm so sorry, guys. It's completely gone. Completely. I thought about it and I was like, right, I'm gonna say that, and then started saying it and I'm like, wait, what am I talking about? Oh dear. Anyway, let's get back to the build. So, oh yeah, I wanted to make them symmetrical, so they all, yeah, I know what I was going to say. So if a builder was going to do this in real life, they would have to, it's because I don't know how to word it very well, or how to say it very well, they would have to do the blueprints and sketch it out first. But if it was the same person, like the same building company doing it, they would make all the apartments exactly the same, because builders are like that. I don't know why, but if you go and look at any random street in any city, and if you look at like 2 houses next to each other or something, you usually find that they look like very similar, and I don't know, they just look like really, what's the word, like, yeah, just identical. They don't have much difference to differentiate them. Is that the word? I don't know. They basically don't have much uniqueness, basically. So that's why I didn't do that with this build, because I wanted to make it kind of realistic to what it would be like in real life. I'm really excited to furnish these because these are going to be so like authentic. Because I'm going to do a living room and desk area on the bottom floor, and a kitchen on the second floor with technically like a dining space to eat, and on the top floor will be a bedroom. But these apartments are kind of meant for one person, so I don't know if I want to do a series or something with these. And I said I was going to stop doing series altogether because I just never complete them, and that is the true fact. But I could do it and just like, we are releasing one video or two videos every week. One video every 1 or 2 weeks right now, just because we're totally busy moving house. I'm currently unemployed and trying to sort loads of stuff out. It's just a nightmare at the moment. I literally don't have any time to do anything. So that's why the videos haven't been like dead regular. I don't think it's been a couple of weeks since I last uploaded. But I cannot keep to. I get bored of doing like the same kind of video a lot, and I have loads and loads and loads of ideas to do different kind of things. So yeah, it'd be kind of pretty cool to. I don't know what kind of series I would do, because I obviously have 5 Sims. But I don't know what I would do. If you guys have any like ideas or anything you would want to see with these apartments, then let me know. It wasn't more of a functional thing in The Sims. I just wanted to see if it was possible and see, because I have ideas and I want to make them work, but I don't necessarily know how and why. So then that's what I do. I put it into The Sims and see if it works or not. And so far it is working. We'll see when we start to furnish, because 3x3 is not much. And I'm worried I'm not going to be able to fit the bathroom in. I've literally just thought about that. So if we have the living room on the first floor, and we have a desk with it as well somehow. And then the middle floor will be the kitchen and dining area, which would be dead easy to do because you can fit kitchens into like the smallest of spaces, and then because it's only these apartments are meant for one person per apartment. I think in real life you could fit 2 people in them, but for this purposes of this, like this, you would not be able to fit 2 people in here. A double bed is just not gonna work. I could also try and see if we can fit 2 single beds in, but I'll do that in part 3 and see how that goes, because there's a lot of bb.moveobjects in this. So if you don't know what bb.moveobjects is, I'll go through that now, because I didn't really know what I was saying before. So if you go onto Sims and you want to like move something in a place where Sims wouldn't really let you otherwise, go into your cheats window by using Control, Shift and C. All at once, press that down and you'll get a white text bar at the top left of your screen. Click on that and you want to type in bb.moveobjects and then hit enter. It should say like bb.moveobjects on when you've done that or something like that, and then you can get rid of the window the same way you put it on. So once you've done that, you can click on an object and basically use your brackets keys. You can size it up. So if you watched YouTubers and stuff like that, it's like size up objects in The Sims 4. That's how you do it. Use the brackets keys next to the enter button to size up and down any objects to make it huge or small or whatever you want to do. You can't shrink them from their original size, so you can just size them up, and once they're sized up you can size them down. If you wanted me to do a whole video on cheats and stuff in The Sims 4, let me know and I will do that for you. And the other thing that it does is you can move the object up and down, which will come in so useful for this build, because we might have to do some kind of cheating a little bit, not like with cheat codes, but more like with I don't know. I might have to. We're gonna have to have a play around basically when we get to furnish it. Like a massive play around and see what kind of possibilities we have. Now I'm thinking of it. I think I've done the rooms too small because they're on the medium wall height. Motorbike, do you mind? Yeah, they're on medium wall height, so I don't know if that's going to be big enough or not, but I guess we'll see. I've made all this now, and I'm thinking, like, am I actually going to be able to furnish it or not, or have I just made like penis sticks for no reason at all? I kind of want to furnish it now. Just it's bugging me because I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Right, so what are we up to now? So I'm putting all the windows and doors in. I went with those square windows because they're not too big, and you would have like really small windows in this, but I put a lot in so it'd fill the room up with light. Because I feel like if your room's lighter and with like light colours and got a lot of natural light coming in, then it looks more spacious. That's what I think anyway. So that's good. I also went with that wallpaper as well, with like the brick. I really like going with light colours. It's just me. My mum would absolutely hate it. She likes loads of colour and also not loads of colour at the same time. She is not one for a lot of colour, really. Well, she is, I don't know, anyway, right, so I'm just putting in like a courtyard kind of area, and we change it all up completely in a minute because it doesn't really work where I've placed it, and we we make it more into like a communal garden, even though eventually every apartment has its own smaller garden, and I need to do more of that in the third part, but I think that's going to be more for like, I don't know why I made those really. So you'll see, I don't know if you'll see in this video or not, or in the second one, I can't remember, but you'll see if we put in like gardens for each house, and well, I thought it would be cool to have like your own little space of garden on like balcony and stuff, but I don't really know what you would do with it right now. I know that's strange, but I put them in now and I'm trying to think like what you would put in them. So eventually they end up being 4 squares by 4 squares of grass with a fence around it and a gate to go into it. But you'll see in the part 2 I make this whole massive like communal garden space, with like barbecues and seating area, and there's like a basketball court and everything. So there'd be like, if you wanted to go outside and just chill in the sun or something, that's where you'd go. You wouldn't go in this 4x4 patch of grass you've got next to your house. You'd go in this beautiful like communal garden space because it is really nice. So I don't really know what to do with it, which is a bit strange, but I was kind of thinking like you grow your own plants and stuff in there, but you can't really. You can do that in Sims, but you can't at the same time. I don't know. I mean, you could do that, but again, I don't really know. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got. I hope you like this video. I hope you like this idea though, and if you've got any ideas for like the furnishing and stuff like that, like do let me know, because I would really be looking for those things. I just thought, I have no idea how to do the bedroom and bathroom, because you can do a bathroom space with 3 squares. You cannot do it any smaller than that. It has to be a maximum of 3 squares. And the bed is 3 squares. Okay, so out of the technically the 6 squares you've got in that room, you can have a bath, you can have a bed and a bathroom, which is great, but I wouldn't be able to fit any more in there unless I did like a bunk bed kind of thing. But you just wouldn't do that. If you were sharing it with your friend or something, you wouldn't have bunk beds. It'd just be the most uncomfortable thing in the world. So I might just have to literally make it for just one person. We don't know, unless I could put it. But also communal bathrooms maybe? It's just a pain in the ass though, isn't it? Like a massive pain in the ass. Oh, I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out when I start having a play around with it. But yeah, the video's nearly done now. I hope you enjoyed it, and like I said, if you've got any feedback or anything like that, do let me know in the next part. And yeah, I don't really have any more to say now, so I think I'm gonna leave you there for a bit and you can watch the rest of the speed build. See you later guys, bye!